Hi there, it's Effie, me. All right, I'm doing this live so that I can't chicken out. I am here to share, reflect, and move on. Okay, it's been 3 months now since I last posted, and I thought it was time that I explain myself and get it off my chest. So, a number of things have happened in our world that have affected many of us. I mean, most of us actually. Um, Starting back in October when we had the government shutdown, I was like, "What? What's gonna happen?" I thought that was kinda crazy, and then, it just seemed like it was the beginning of this flood. So, we had the shutdown, which lasted so long, hurt so many people, and the Epstein files broke then. We had Venezuela, Charlie Kirk, Alex Preddy, and Renee Good. Greenland, let's not forget Canada too, and all the tariffs that happened. All of this started having like a pretty chilling effect on me, particularly the Epstein files. I was really stopped in my tracks when I began learning about just how wide and deep all this horror is. Um, I just never imagined that this could or was happening in America, the beautiful. Um, I started to question myself. How could I be so ignorant and how could I be so naive? Um, I was really stunned. I think that's a pretty accurate way of putting it between what I thought was reality and what was coming to light for what is in this world. I got down. I got down. I definitely got depressed. I got angry. I couldn't stomach it. I eventually had to, um, I disconnected from all social media for a while. And I also um, made sure when I got back on that my algorithm was different. I just couldn't handle what I was seeing. And I also felt like there was nothing I could do by or contribute by coming on here. It seemed to me like the world got very loud during this time. Between all the commentary, like so many things on social media became super aggressive, super loud. I was getting in there too, and it was it was a lot. It is still a lot, and so I grew quiet and still. And I think I grew quiet and still because I remember as a young child when my mother was telling me about the Nazis coming to her village and the horrific things that they did and how they rounded up all the younger people. And she was one of the younger people at that time. She was a young adult. And she attributed or attribute yeah, she's passed, so she attributed her survival to being quiet and still and never making eye contact, and I was like, "What?" I've always thought that was really crazy, but I found myself, um, kind of remembering in some ways and realizing I wasn't very active, and it didn't help that I'm in Chicago and, Chicagoland, and, the winter was, in my opinion, very harsh. And I would did not wanna be outside. I'm not a good person for winters, and now it's affecting me physically. I'm just a little older, and I ended up gaining a good 10 pounds, not really because I was eating a whole lot, but more because I just wasn't moving. I was so cold all the time. So it is, it's been a difficult time. I didn't wanna get into the yelling, um match because I was too much in shock, and I didn't really it's not me. I am loud, I have an opinion, but not for any of what's happened. I'm at a loss of words for many times. And now we are at war against Iran, and we've had loss of lives, terrible loss of lives on both sides, and it's doesn't look like it's ending very quickly. We've got the negative economic situation going on. The president has had his life, attacked. Um, uh, we've got the concern of the midterm elections coming. It's a concern because of all the violence that's been in our country. And losing the place where we held on the world stage for such a long time, my entire lifetime, actually. Losing that place on the world stage by alienating all our allies and thinking erroneously that we can do whatever we want and it's going to go unpunished. And that's just not the case. So we are in a time of transition and a very difficult transition. I was listening to Seth Godin, and he was saying that right now the world is in a really crazy place and it's as normal as it's ever going to be again. And if you're waiting for things to go back to the old normal, you're going to be waiting forever. And I thought, that is so very true. Things have uh, moved in many ways. I've accepted that these things have happened, and there are probably going to be a whole lot more that's terrible along the way. And I don't like sitting still and being super quiet. So I decided, okay, I'll share, I'll reflect, and it's time to move on. Um, I am going to continue to try to further get out there publicly. I never really wanted to become public, anyways. Pace and Abraham had pushed me that way, but I got comfortable after a while, and I realized that what the FE has value. I have helped a lot of people. They have told me I've helped them, and it's been fun learning about how other people are growing and dealing with life, specifically in the real estate business, but also in other areas. So I am going to pick up that part of me again and move forward. So if you are anywhere in the realm of my world, if you know me, or and you decide that you would like to bring light to something uh, that could help other people, I'm now ready to help again. I'm now standing up and moving forward. So you'll see more regular podcasts being made. And I welcome comments, thoughts. Let me know what you would like to see. Yeah, help me get right to the other side. This was the first step. I'm here, guys. I'm here. I'm still kicking. I think that there's a lot that I can still do to help others. So let me know. You can nominate someone or you can speak up for yourself, either way. But I feel that this is an important thing to do. And as a result, I shall say, see you next time. Bye for now.